Steeler Nation, what's going on? This your guy Kev Easy here, man. It's going down. Excuse me. It went down. The Pittsburgh Steelers give the longest tenure NFL head coach in the league right now a 3-year extension. What did this mean? This means that Art Rooney, Lil Rooney is what I call him, he sees the thing getting put together. He see that since the departure of Ben Roethlisberger, the retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, you can even include his last 2 years, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just talk about after Ben Roethlisberger. The Pittsburgh Steelers had a carousel of quarterbacks. You know, you can literally name them. You have, no order, but yeah, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, God rest the dead, Josh Dobbs. I believe Josh Dobbs was there for a little bit. Duck Hodges was there when Ben was hurt. Um, Mitchell Trubisky. And now we have Justin Fields and Mr. Pole Position, pause, Russell Wilson. I only say what I said because I was going to call him Russell Westbrook. I don't know why, but that's literally like everyone that speaks in media, everyone that does anything speaking about sports and players. When you have to talk about Russell Wilson or Russell Westbrook, you're going to mess up at least once. But how do I feel about Coach Tomlin getting an extension? I love it. I think after Big Ben retired, I said give Coach Tomlin 4 years to see where we're going. Since Big Ben's departure, this will be year 3 after Ben. I think I want to say year 3 after Ben. You have a better team. You have a better co-runner, a co-partner, a co-defender, if you will, with Omar Khan. He's setting you up to have every piece that you want. Coach Tomlin and him work very well together, way better than him and Kevin Colbert. And we only got a small sample size, but in that small sample size, you're able to really, really see that they work well together. The Pittsburgh Steelers is growing, man. Last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers did better than the year prior. Didn't win a playoff game, but the year prior, they didn't go to the playoffs at all. This year, went to the playoffs. Next year, let's get past the first round. It's baby steps. It's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there saying, yo, man, we so used to competing for Super Bowls. I feel like I'm discrediting every single NFL team out there, every single one, because it's a process no matter what. The Patriots is an anomaly. What we see from the Chiefs is kind of regular when we see dynasties. If the Chiefs can keep this up for another, let me see, at this point, another 3 to 4 years, then they're going to they're almost on that Patriot level. The Pittsburgh Steelers just been consistent as far as not breaking, not being a bottom feeder team. It's little tweaks here and there that needs to happen. But Coach Mike Tomlin always keep the Pittsburgh Steelers at a certain level. At a certain level, right? I'm doing this, but at a certain level. And him having these 3 years, normally they do it like, we're going to give him this much, or whatever. But having the 3 years, it gives him a level of comfort, which I don't think he cared about to begin with. It also gives the players that's watching on the outside, like, okay, if the Pittsburgh Steelers do good this year, I might want to go there next year because it's a guarantee, almost a guarantee that Coach Tomlin's going to be there next year. And not just next year, a couple years. So, man, just seeing where the Pittsburgh Steelers is going, I think this offseason was better than last season, and last season offseason was good. Man, it's only going up, man. Get ready, Steeler Nation. It may not be this year. If it is this year, but it's coming. It's coming. The window is opening for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not closing. But I want to let y'all make the decisions. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all like this extension? I know it's a lot. It's a lot of Steelers fans out there that's not liking it. They mad. Those are the ones that use the word incompetent a lot. They probably can't spell that, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. Coach Tomlin, my favorite coach ever in any sport. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Coach T, Steeler Nation. Here we go. Y'all let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You heard? Steelers for 7 podcast will be out. Go
Last time on Stills for Seven podcast.
What's up, Brody? What's happening?
Not much, man. Look, I was just touching on the Cam Hayward situation. Like, yo, when you type in Steelers on Google, all I see is Cam Hayward's name, right? Now, I already spoke my piece about it. I don't think that is going to be a distraction because you have other teams, and I said the Chiefs, that got other stuff going on with their players that can really be distractions.
It's a new season, baby. Steelers for Seven podcast. You already know what it is, man. Gang. You already know what it is, man. It's still the gang. It's the gang. It's the gang. You already know what it is, man. Going for that motherfucking Super Bowl, yeah.
Steelers for 7, yeah, we about to go get it. Still a game, we win it. Go down in the trenches, yeah. We ain't trying to kick it like Drake. We do it for the Sixers, then we can kick it, yeah. This our division, the other 3 go missing. Come on, let's get it, yeah. This our division, Super Bowl, let's win it. Steelers for 7, yeah, we about to go get it. Still a game, we win it. Go down in the trenches, yeah. We ain't trying to kick it like Drake. We do it for the Sixers, then we can kick it, yeah. This our division, the other 3 go missing. Come on, let's get it, yeah. This our division, Super Bowl, let's win it.
Steeler Nation, what's going on? It's your man Kev Easy here, man. Steelers for 7 podcast, episode 147. You already know I'm not alone in this thing right here. You feel me? Hold on, let me switch. This look a little crazy right now. Let me get it right.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's good?
How's it going?
What's going on? Man, I was extra hyped. Yesterday's news, man. Mike Tomlin getting that extension, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see that, I just like, yo, I know it's a big portion of the fan base. Let me not say a big portion of the fan base. There's a certain portion of the fan base that it kind of like burnt their soul. You feel me? I got an excitement off of that, you know. But how do you feel about Coach Tomlin getting his extension?
I'm happy. We knew it was coming. Like, it wasn't gonna go any other way. I actually said he was gonna get a 3-year extension when Matt Canada was still on payroll. Like, that's how confident I was in him not leaving. He's not going nowhere. He's gonna have a 20-year span with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then it's like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we? And should we go separate ways? But it's I think the next contract is where you're really gonna have to sit down, or the next 2 years. This is everybody saying this is like the big year, but anyway, I'm happy because it's like I knew what it was, and I love, like you, I really relished in the fact that people were mad. And that's one of the first thing I say, let them be mad. Let them be mad, because guess what? There's nothing you could do about it. You could cry, you could scream, you could call whatever names you want to call. He's not going nowhere.
Right. Like, I got another question. Like, this is Coach Tomlin's first, like, real challenge as far as, like, being an NFL coach, right? Because, he had Big Ben. So, a lot of coaches don't have that type of player, at that position. This is Coach Tomlin's first time for real trying to establish, like, the quarterback, the offense, the structure of the team post your franchise guy that won you Super Bowls, And even on your show, I said I want to give Coach T, you feel me, 4 years. 4 years after Ben, right? And I feel like we're on the up. We're going up. The first year after Ben, we didn't make the playoffs, but wasn't under 500. The next year, won one extra game, got into the playoffs. That's an improvement. A lot of people didn't like that, but that's what it is. It's an improvement, This year, I feel like, we have the opportunity to actually win a playoff game if we get that far, Yeah. But my question to you is, how can I word this? All right, let me just make it simple, man. Is Coach Tomlin a top 3 coach in the NFL? And if he is, why is he? And if he's not, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna say his track record. I know everyone, and I actually just made a rebuttal. I haven't gotten a chance to post it yet. You can't win playoff games if your team is below 500 unless you're in the NFC. Okay. It don't work like that in the AFC. It just does not happen. You have to have winning seasons. You have to be able to get your team in position to make the playoffs. And he has. He's done that consecutively. He hasn't had opportunity. We have opportunities, but he hasn't had a losing season. It just hasn't happened. And that is admirable all by itself. And so I'd like to flip it and say, and I asked this question last year and all season, what does he have to do to win Coach of the Year? And people tell me, you know what they tell me? They tell me he can't have an L on his record. He has to go undefeated. That should tell you he's a top 3 coach. That should tell you.
Yeah.
To win Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin has to go undefeated. What does that say about him as a coach?
Yeah, tell me I like that. That was a bomb. That was a bomb right there, D. I like that.
I'm just saying.
Word, yo.
Look at my man Dave.
Yo, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's fine. You gotta make it to the playoffs to win playoff games. And and look, we finally got rid of Tom Brady in the division. Then here comes this guy named Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that's the reasons why we can't win playoff games, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes did put us out.
Yeah.
Josh Allen did put us out. Like, we've gotten put out by some pretty good guys. So and we actually the worst team we got put out was the Cleveland Browns. Like, that to me, that wasn't a Tomlin. Like, that was supposed to be a playoff win right there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And are we counting first round buys? Like, nobody cares about a first round buy. To me, that's a playoff win. Like, you got to sit home for a week. That's a playoff win in my book, but nobody cares about that.
I'll take that.
Nobody cares about that. The Jacksonville Jaguars game came on off a first round bye. Nobody cares. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I agree. I really like that bar right there, man. The expectations saying that he has to be undefeated to get Coach of the Year. That's a bar. Like,
he does.
I'm not going to even give what I feel. All right, I think he's a top 3 coach. But I'm gonna just leave it off of what you said, right? That was perfect. I remember my other question, because this was actually my second question. My first question was back to the challenge. Is this Coach Tomlin's first real challenge? And the second question is this like the beginning of Coach Tomlin's prime as a coach in the NFL?
So I said that this was the year of the Mike Tomlin documentary because I think this is probably some of the most fun, and I think this is the most interesting offseason for Mike Tomlin. Like, training camp is going to be crazy. I don't think that this is like his most challenging. I think the last 2 years were the most challenging for him. I really do. I think this is probably the most exciting Coach Tomlin we're going to see. You just got so many new guys at pivotal pieces. A new quarterback room. You got a new offensive coordinator. You have life in the running back room. You know what those guys can add, and that's going to be exciting too. I think offensively, this is going to be an exciting group. We already know for the most part defense, and we got some new defensive pieces. Patrick Queen, who could have went somewhere and got a lot more money, but decided to come play for who? Mike Tomlin. Okay. So so like, let's be for real. I think this would be the year of a Mike Tomlin documentary because it's going to be so fun, entertaining, and exciting. So I don't think it's his most challenging. I think he might have challenging on who to start when and where, but I think it's just the most exciting for him because he has that superior talent. I don't think you had that in the last 2 years. And there was no question the year before that who was QB1.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And to answer the second question, is this the beginning of his prime? Because the first wave, the Big Ben wave, is like he had a slow, I don't want to say a slow growth, but because you got the Super Bowl wins, you got the Super Bowl appearance, you got the top defense. He has a very talented team going in, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like all he has to do is just make sure everything aligns and make sure, kind of like a game manager. You just gotta be a manager up until a certain point. But once the defense started to retire, it's like, all right, that was a challenge right there. Let's get the defense back to like a top defense. Right now, it's time to do the offense. Now we at a point where, okay, we have the defense, we have an offense, a promising offense. Now you're back to the beginning. Can you put this thing together with something that you built all together? You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Is this like the beginning of his prime?
Prime, no. I mean, the man's been doing this for like 18 years now. So is it the peak? Is he going into his prime? Like, no, but I feel like he's learned so much, and the ability that he's had to get guys to do, as he would say, unique things and unique situations with their backs against the walls. You get to take all of those skills and all of those moments and put it into a new group of guys. Like 2-17 finished over 500. Like, how do you do that? How do you coach that? And people say, people really downplay that. And that is a hard thing to do, to pull a team up out of a hole like that. So for me, I say that's prime Mike Tomlin. That's him at his peak. When you can take guys that's like, don't feel like there's no hope to even sniff the playoffs, to come out of a 2-7 hole and win games. That's prime. So you just taking that rock and you repolishing it for the next group. That is prime Mike Tomlin. I've never seen nothing like that.
Okay. I feel that. That's a good way of putting it. That's like a more, I guess, realistic way, right? To put it. I think the fact that I just feel like Mike Tomlin is getting so much better as he get older. Like, you gotta think. You have, Bill Belichick, granted, he fell off the way he fell off at the time, but it was a time when in his 60s and 70s, like this is the peak Bill Belichick in his 60s and 70s. Mike Tomlin, I think he probably just touched 50. He's in his 50s now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think literally like if he's still coaching in his 60s, I feel like this man's going to be on a whole nother level. That's why I'm kind of saying he's entering his prime now, because I see him reaching another level, whether it's 5 years from now or 10 years from now, but yours is more realistic. I can rock with that. Comments, you feel me? Y'all let me know, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. No hate on the comments, man.
All
we don't need that.
All love it. I mean, if anybody's in his prime, it's that defense. The defense is in their prime. Okay. Their window for opportunity has shrunk. So they're in their prime. They gotta win now. It just has to happen for that defense. It has to.
True.
I don't know how much longer we'll be able to keep that group together. So
yeah, like, all right, what put a time limit on it. How many years you think you
have less than 2 years for that defense?
Less than 2?
You have less than 2 years for a TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, TJ Watt is 30 years old. Like, he's playing at a ridiculously high level. He's doing amazing, but your body is your body. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Cam Hayward, yes, he's been able to sustain and keep up and do that. Minkah Fitzpatrick, he ain't getting no younger. Like, none of these guys are getting younger. And we've seen a beat up Minkah last year. We never seen that before. So, whatever the injury could hamstring, whatever it is, like, your body is your body. It's gonna do what it can't do, at moments. So this defense got about 2 years.
2 years. I'm with that. Yes.
With these stars on defense. Though granted, I understand that guys will want to come to Pittsburgh, but again, Pittsburgh's money is still not matching top of the league, so they're coming for Coach Tomlin. They're not coming to fatten up their wallet and generational wealth and all of that. They're not coming for top guaranteed money. They're coming to play for Mike Tomlin. And if you try to tell me something otherwise, you're probably high.
It was a player, like a star player, that said something like, yo, if I wasn't playing here, I would play for Mike Tomlin. The Steelers because of Mike Tomlin.
Micah Parsons said that.
He said that? All right. I'm going to say, I know it's like a superstar player that just said that. That was a little crazy to say, but, that should tell you.
He's not the only player that feels like that. There's at least one player on all 30 plus 31 teams that want to play for that man. Good or not.
Yeah.
Good or
you probably say 5.
They would like to play.
A minimum of 5 guys from each team, a minimum. And I think that might be too low. I just want to be right. So,
no favorite player's favorite coach is Mike Tomlin. Clip it.
Yeah.
Put it
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Before mini camp started and all that, the Steelers were able to sign all their draft picks. So shout out to Troy, shout out to Zach, shout out to Roman, Peyton, what's his name, Lee, and the rest of the guys they got drafted. Shout out to them guys, man. We all got them drafted. They under contract. They can go into camp, not worrying about anything. They can focus on chemistry, focusing on the guys. Shout out to Cam Hayward. The last episode I did, he wasn't going to report, but he pulled up. Yep. He ain't just pulled up. He pulled up for real. He had a jersey on, So the leader's back, and you just see it. Like you kind of see it, little clips here and there. I see it from clips here and there that guys are really like buying in early into what the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, and what they're trying to put together, So out of all these draft picks here, and here's my question to you. Which one of these rookies that were drafted has the most to prove?
I think the one that doesn't have a choice is the center. He doesn't have a choice. We don't have a center. He is the guy. You have to come in there immediately and do work. So, I feel like he has to do a good job. Like you have to. There's no option. I think Herbig is the backup center, but like he's the guy. You are the guy. You have to perform. This is the big leads. There's nobody to tap on the shoulder. There's you're it. Sorry. So yes, I think the pressure may not be there for the world on him, but for me, it's like this is it. This is your role. You're not in competition with nobody. Who he going up against again? For center number one.
Right, because the fact that he's going up against Nick Herbig, and that's not his natural position.
Yeah. It's been given to you. This is your role. He has, to me, the most to prove. You could say the Wilson kid that's may or may not fill in for Deontay Johnson. You could say the other Wilson is Roman is on the offense, Logan's on the defense. You could say it's Logan, but for me, it's the center.
Yeah, Zach Frazier. Hold on, wait. Is it Zach Frazier?
Frazier, yeah.
Zach Frazier. Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. The fact that he doesn't necessarily have real competition there. Mm-hmm. He does have a lot to prove.
Who's he learning from? Who's mentoring him?
Right. I like that. I wasn't thinking about that. Mine was going to actually be Roman Wilson, right? Mm-hmm. And that's because, and that's more so like proof to the fans, because a lot of fans are still throwing out, "Hey, man, we need a bona fide number 2." You see pundits out there saying, "Hey, the Steelers are still looking to get a big wide receiver," you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like Roman, he has a lot to prove to the fans, because if he can step up, he can quiet a lot of that noise down. You know what I mean? granted, we might get a guy before he gets a chance to, but I think that that's just someone that I feel like his talent is not getting the love it deserves from the fan base. Like the fan base is more so like, hey man, let me get somebody with a name. He might not be capable, you know. And I'm like, yo, I see the type of
ego,
catches he make.
all of that.
He made big time catches, you know. And it's like you kind of need that, you know, and where he thrives at on the field. It's like, yo, he can possibly be the number 2, you know. So but Zach Frazier's crazy. I didn't think about that though. That's crazy. I like that. I like that. Out of all the rookies that had something to prove, you know, I had it up here, and I think Ali said, "Dude, with the without the ACL." So I think that's Logan. Yeah. I think.
I mean, you can't tear something you don't got, right? I mean,
yeah. If I make an argument for Logan Wilson having the most to prove, it's only to his room. You know, it's only to his room. I don't think he has to prove anything to the fans. His focus should just be on that room. You got a lot of guys in that room, whether we're going to have them in the middle or we're going to have them on the outside. No matter what room it is, there's a lot of people in there, and they're all capable, you know, especially when if he's, let's say if he's on the outside, right? You have Lil Herbert, who's going to take a big step this year, you know? So it's like, all right, he's going to have to battle that, you know, unless he go on the other side, and you don't know what type of vet we have over there, or we will have, you know. But in the middle, look at the guys
he's in the middle, right?
Yeah, like if we have him in the middle, he has to battle. He's not going to beat Patrick Queen out, you know.
Yeah, no, he'll be playing alongside, you know, him and a Roberts and a
Cole at some point.
If Ocum comes back.
Yeah.
So. But as long as he's been helping out Minka Fitzpatrick, I don't care. Help Minka out. I do not want Minka leading the team in tackles at no point of the season. Please.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because I just remember when Ryan Clark was the leader of the Steelers, when it came to tackling, the defense started to decline. That was the sign. Like, okay, he's making these tackles because the running backs is back there.
The linebackers is getting cooked. So like, I hate to see it, but it's nice that he's dependable and he's like the last line of defense, and he's, you know, he can just go to sideline to sideline just so effortlessly at times. But you hate to, you don't. I don't want that.
Man, that film talk, man. Whew. Man, side to side, that's elite. That's elite work right there.
Yes, and
I have to see it on the NFL level. But when I saw it on the college tape, I said, yeah, because the NFL speed and college speed is like night and day, you know? So being able to see that, and if it translates in NFL, it's like, yo, son, we got a real one right here. You know, he's a warrior. All his quotes is like, I can get with that. You know, he's like a young Dan Campbell with the words, you know? You know, but I like this draft class, man. I think they all got something to prove, whether it's to themselves, to the fans, or to the rooms, or to the coaches. You know, coaches really, because you want to make the team. You know, you've seen guys get drafted and not make it, and those really apply to the guys that was drafted in the 6th round. Y'all got to prove stuff to the coaches. Damn us, you know. I think mini camp started yesterday. Did it start yesterday?
I think it started today. The guys are out there today because Tomlin did his thing yesterday. They only practice 3 days a week, so it'll be today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So yeah.
Okay.
I believe that.
I've seen this. I'm
pretty sure that's it. That's what he told me.
You know, I seen this little thing, man. I'm not gonna harp on it too crazy, but I just wanted to, you know your thoughts on it. It was that Najee Harris wasn't there, and it was quoted that he was the only Steeler not there. Do you think it was?
I haven't heard that. And do I think what?
do you think that it's like a personal thing? Do you think it's something that's, like, hey, I'm just trying to train over here? Do you think he had
This
obligations or
isn't
whatever?
mandatory, right? This isn't the mandatory camp, right?
I'm not sure. I think this was mandatory.
Is this mandatory?
I'm not sure because I feel like they changed it up again this year, man.
Yeah, because if it's mandatory, then we're talking something different. If it's just voluntary stuff, we're fine. I don't have that schedule drilled in my head because to me, whatever. I'm not there.
Yeah.
So if it's mandatory, then that's interesting because I don't know if there's money involved there. I don't know. We know that the option thing's not happening. I don't know if they're working out some type of deal somewhere else. I don't know. Have no idea. But if it's mandatory, that's different. I don't know. We'll see if it's for the whole 3 days. We'll see what happens. I don't have any inside scoop on that. So
even if you did, I wouldn't even want you to say it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want you to say it. But like when I saw it, I wasn't tripping too crazy for some reason, just because I know how Najee works. Like you kind of see, and you hear his work ethic. You hear how how dedicated he is to the actual game. So I'm like, maybe it was just like he had an obligation or something. And it's day one.
Yeah, as much negativity that comes across my phone. He's been there prior. He's been to some of the other camps, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it.
Me neither. I'm not going to make a big deal.
Don't show up to Latrobe, and then I'm going to be like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. But don't shut up to training camp, and I got a problem. Or I got a concern. Let me say I got a concern, but mini camps. I'm okay.
Rather try to reach out to Le'Veon and be like, look, we need you to talk to this guy, man.
They picked up. They have so many running backs. He probably told them like, look, I'm not gonna be there, so go ahead and pick up some other guy because I'm not coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
How many running backs do they have on their roster right now? It's a lot. It's a lot of running backs on that roster.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll let me pull it up.
So I seen that. We're gonna mark this day as day one. We're not gonna do Najee watch. You feel me? But just know this is day one. And if it becomes a day two, not even day two, if it becomes like a day 10, so all right, guys. Where is he? But that just really led up to the running backs. A lot of people talking about receivers, we need to get a receiver. And I feel like even Arthur Smith, his style that's successful.
Oh, I lied, y'all. I lied. We do have another center, McCullum from Texas A&M. He's on the roster too. He's wearing number 62. So I did lie. I actually just pulled up the roster. So my bad.
Yeah, McCullum, my bad.
I forgot. It's not that I can't remember everything.
Yeah, McCullum, you seeing this, man? Yo, look, man.
Just he does. Like he has someone there, and he's probably just gonna be taking second team reps. He ain't coming for his spot. He still don't really got no. Come on now, let's be for real.
Yeah, he might have been undrafted. Is he a vet? Do they got his years or whatever up there?
Let's see. 2 years.
2 years? All right.
Yep.
He might just be, hey, just in case. Nick might be on the
hot seat. Made his starting debut week 6 for Minnesota against Cincinnati. So I think I don't know. Yeah. I can't tell. Oh, at Minnesota. Hold on. Who did he play for? Oh, the Texans. Then he went to the Lions.
I do remember that. I remember us picking him up. I definitely forgot about him.
We picked him up in 2022.
Damn. So he's been around?
Child, I'm trying to read and comprehend all of this. He played in 13 regular season games, 1 start at center for the Texans, I think, or is that the Lions? I don't know how to read this. I really don't know how to read this. But anyway, they have a relationship with him. So they picked him up again. So we'll see.
Okay,
and that's Ryan McCullum. But
salute to
running
Ryan
back
McCullum,
wise,
man.
we have. That's what I came home here for. I'm sorry, this is your show, and I'm over here running my mouth.
It's all good, man. You know how this shit run. You know.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 6 running backs, including Najee Harris on the roster. Patterson being a running back / kick returner.
Yeah.
Then you have Jalen Warren. Then you have Jonathan Ward. Then you have Aaron Shampklin. Yeah, from Harvard. Then you have LaMichael, is it P. Ryan?
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised we picked him up. He was tough for the Bengals.
Is it Deshaun Edwards?
Yeah, he's from Georgia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I seen his tape.
You have Najee. So there's plenty of running back. There's plenty for them to do.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I guess as we get closer, I'm gonna have a conversation about the running backs, like who's going to be the third guy, because we no longer have McFarland, who's like he held that third guy down for a while. So who's going to be the third guy going in? I'm hoping it'll be Edwards, because he's tough. He's tough. I don't even know how he got undrafted, but he's tough.
Yeah, I mean, and then we got to think about practice squads. But then they got Patterson, who's in because he's the kick returner. So it's he take your 3 spot at running back because he's going to be returning kicks.
Yeah, that's tough. That's going to be a tough one. I'm looking forward to see how they,
I mean, and Arthur Smith likes throwing him the ball allegedly. So we'll see.
Okay. We definitely gonna see. So we're gonna shrink that running back conversation down, though. Let's talk about this new offense. Not even talking about this new offense. Let's talk about who has the most to gain. Who will have the most impact in this Arthur Smith system? Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. They both got something to prove, and it's different things, But I feel like this is a big year for both of these guys.
It is. And if you see how much money, what's his name, Christian McCaffrey got paid, they're both out there, gunning for their next deal, right? So Christian McCaffrey reset the running back market. Of course, Najee Harris is going to be like, okay, you guys didn't want to, pick up the option. I have to go out here and prove myself, prove I'm worth an extension or whatever. If it's not for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he has to prove himself for the rest of the league, who's going to be watching. They are going to be watching. And then you have Jalen Warren, who to me has to prove that he can hold on to the ball. And we know what he can do when he can make space and make room and get down the field and make those plays. But he also has to prove in crunch time and significant times he can hold on to that ball.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I think more because there's a lot. I think there's probably more money on the line for Najee. It's big for him, and but it's still big for Jalen too. So we'll see.
Yeah. The way I look at it, and shout out to Ali. I'm assuming that minicamp is mandatory because that's what Ali said right there. So shout out to Ali right there.
I ain't changing up. I ain't changing. I ain't switching up. I'm not concerned.
Yeah. We're gonna give it some days. We're gonna give it some days. Who I think will have the most impact for this offense. It's weird because I talk not trash, but I speak about Jalen Warren's fumbles a lot, But I think this offense is for him to really be that guy, Whereas Najee, I feel like Najee's battling two things, right? The offense, I think he'll benefit from it too. But it's like he's also fighting I need a contract. I need to ball out for a contract. He lost some weight. How's that going to transition on the field? I remember when Le'Veon Bell was told by Coach Tomlin to lose some weight. He came back and became probably one of the greatest running backs I've ever seen. Like, actually play, So will Najee actually, turn it up? He got the contract. This offense, though, I think this offense, the way it may go, I think both of them will benefit. I honestly think that both of them may touch 1,000 yards this year.
I hope so.
I think that's how much.
My man Kodak say, I hope so.
Like, I think earlier, probably a few shows ago, whatever, I said something like, I think Najee may get 12. And I think that Jalen may get 9 or 1,000.
Bring it, please.
Just based off of how I go, man. But I think this is a tough question. Like, anybody in the comments, let me know. Let us know who will have a bigger impact with this offense, whether it's Najee Harris, Lil Cuz, or Jalen Warren, man. But yeah, Jalen Warren and them fumbles, man. He get that down pat, you got a problem. You got a problem, man.
I remember him at camp having that issue too. So I remember him at camp, not last year, but the year before, having to like carry the ball around. Like everywhere he went, he had that ball, like holding on to it. So it's not a new thing. It's happened before, but I think he can do better. I know he can do better.
Yeah, for sure. He'll probably even tell you that,
For sure.
Yeah, I was reading that comment right there. But all right, we talking about how tough that running back, not really tough, but how many running backs we actually have. We had a conversation about the inside linebacker and outside linebacker room. And we also talk about the receiver room in a way, that's kind of opposite of the way that we talk about them other rooms. So my question to you, D, is which position group will have the most will be the most competitive in camp? I just push a lot of that. Shout out to all the reading people out there. You feel me? Y'all know how I give it up when it comes to reading. I just butcher that. Forgive me, y'all.
So wide receiver, let me just tell you, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 wide receivers currently on the roster. I think last year, who they have, let's count who was actually on the roster. You had DJ, you had George Pickens, you had Calvin, you had Boykins. That 4? They carried 4?
What's the old head name?
Boykins.
Robinson.
Robinson. So they had 5?
Yeah.
5 active?
Yeah. 5. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else that was active.
So 5 of these guys aren't going to make it. I mean, some of them might go to practice squad. I know Fitzpatrick was on the practice squad. He came up here and there. You got Scotty Miller. You got Mims, Denzel Mims. You got Quez Watkins. You have Deuce Watts. Of course, we talked about Roman Wilson. You have the J. Jenkins kid, Van Jefferson, and of course Calvin Austin and George Pickens. You have 10 guys. I saw somewhere, I don't know if it came from Arthur Smith per se, I don't know if it was a quote or what, that he was saying wide receiver 2 is very much open and available.
Okay.
So
Roman, turn up.
So it could be Roman. It could be Jefferson. It could be anybody. So Ali said Pickens ain't a 1 until he show he a 1. But there's that's why I think that this group might be the most competitive group, because there's a lot of unknowns in the wide receiver room. So could Calvin Austin emerge? Could he? Maybe, possibly. We know he has the speed too. Not saying he could. I'm not. He could. Could he emerge as number 2? Maybe possibly he could. I don't know. Is it a Van Jefferson? Is it a Quez? Is like who could it be? I feel like it's going to be so competitive because there's so much unknown. What's up, Jaquan? So much unknown. So
yeah. I like I said, I like what I've been seeing from Calvin Austin as far as interviews. his mindset, the way he's answering these questions is like, yo, he sounds like a 4-year, 5-year vet. You know, it's like, oh, he kind of got a good head on his shoulders. He sounds like he's confident of what he's about to bring to the table. You know, so
I think people also forget his first year. Like he had to kind of sit back and listen and learn. Like he had to.
Yeah.
He didn't get to play, so he probably learned a lot sitting on the sideline and just watching. You know, and I think people take that for granted. I wish guys had more time to just sit back and learn and listen, but they don't. It's a win now league, and you know it's tough. So I think he could definitely tell you some things that happened that the guys with a helmet on didn't even know, didn't even see, couldn't even hear, wasn't even a part of, because he got to sit back and hear Coach Tomlin and them on the sidelines and know, there's just things that you can take in on the sideline that you can't take in because you on the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wide receiver room is wide open. I don't know who number 2 is, just like the quote that I read or the thing that I read. I don't know who number 2 is. I don't know who number 3 is. I don't know. So that's going to be a competitive group.
Damn, man. That was good. That was good too. I'm excited for camp, man. We got to figure out who's going to make the cut. My answer was going to be really the inside linebacker group, just the pecking order, like who's going to get the dot, that's going to come way later, but who's going to be the guy, who's going to be the guy that's rotating most of the time, who's not going to play, who's going to be certain, like only for certain packages or whatever, but to have 10 receivers, I didn't think that one through, because the second and third, and then I guess the fourth spot is wide open. You got, and what's the name said, who was that? Ale said Pickens ain't
a one until he shows he's a one.
I think Pickens had like 50.
He's gonna be a one based off of the people following him. That the defense is gonna treat him like a one. So
he a one, man. Like to get like 50 some catches like and have 1,000 yards. Come on, B. That's video game numbers for real.
And to answer Jabbar's question, I don't know what's going on with Holcomb. I have nobody knows. It is a mystery.
I heard something like he might not even be available this year. But that got quiet quick. But I did see something like that. Yeah. I definitely did see something like that. Hopefully it's not like that, man.
They said his injury might be more significant than we think. And I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that he was out there balling. But Roberts was balling too, man. Roberts didn't get enough shine until, they didn't have no choice. But Roberts was balling too. And he wasn't
helping. All about what's his name? Alexander. Wasn't that his name?
Alexander? Are you talking about Quan?
Yeah, Quan. He not on the team anymore, right?
No, he had a 1-year deal. They did not pick him back up. And they also didn't pick up Golden. Was it Marcus Golden or Mark?
Yeah, when I was talking about the outside linebackers, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think he on the team no more.
Quan.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, okay, Quan about to step up. He about to good because they was pulling them in. They were pulling the linebackers left and right. Like they weren't getting to stay out there long. And so Quan would go out there and make plays. And I was so excited. I was like, okay, bam, we got Holcomb out. Quan about to come in there and do his thing. And
wasn't able to really display that, man. Really wasn't able to display that.
And he older too. Like he ain't a young chicken.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I don't know where he may have been fully recovered. I don't know.
All right.
All types of things happen in camp. All types of things happen in Latrobe. You never know who's gonna come walking down them steps one morning. I've been at camp where I'm like, there's a new guy wearing 37. Like, who is that? You never know. I've been there. I remember I was there with me and Alex Kazor. We were like, who is that? That guy was, who is this guy? And then you got to wait to see who they had picked up and told to come to camp the night before, So so much happens at camp. People get changed out left and right.
I'm so offended by this comment on the screen. Like, I don't even be caping for George Pickens all the time, but I'm like, yo, to say
Some of
that,
the catches that George makes, like, come on, y'all. Like, let's be for real.
Like Juju had a few catches, but yo,
it's
Pickens is
how George catches the ball. Like that. What was that game? The Cincinnati game? It was a Cincinnati game, the Christmas game.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Rudolph makes that catch he made where they originally said it was incomplete, right? Or I can't remember what the call was, but he managed to still get his feet in, and he was like sitting in a chair. It was so beautiful. Some of the catches that this guy makes, I don't care who you compare him to. Like that's a George Pickens catch.
Yo, George Pickens is a one.
But the things that you see him lacking in that is teachable stuff that can improve. The things that he does, the way he catches the ball, you can't really teach that. Like that's just like skill and athleticism. It's really hard to teach that. So everything else can be taught and fixed.
You can't straight up say that when the quarterback play wasn't up to par. What did you see?
Bro, I got an attitude. If we're not getting in the end zone, I'm not getting touchdowns. I got an attitude. Like come on.
But I will say, like, getting open quick is something he lacks. But I seen in the offseason he worked on that. Like, I don't know how it's gonna look this year, but I seen him working on his quickness, getting in and out of breaks and all that.
You get better leadership in the quarterback position. You will be surprised. Can you imagine a Ben Roethlisberger and a George Pickens together?
Ben would have thrown it at him. Ben would have thrown it at him. He wouldn't have thrown George Pickens the ball. He would have just kept throwing it at him. Like, he over there and throw it.
George Pickens and a Pat Frymuth. You know how much Ben loved him some Heath Miller. Pat Frymuth would be top 3. He should still be top 3 tight end in the league if Ben Roethlisberger was still QBing. Let's be for real. Let's be for real.
Possible he can be that this year, man, because Russell Wilson. He does a good job with tight ends. And Justin Fields, we don't know, man. That conversation is still getting weird. It's still getting weird. I know Arthur Smith was asked about Justin Fields and gadgets plays and whatnot. And he was talking about, how, both of them playing quarterback, kind of shutting it down, not showing his hand and whatnot. Saying, yo, man, like, they're playing quarterback, but I keep hearing things like, I can't wait to see these guys compete. And I'm like, all right, man. Does Russell got pole position? Does he have pole position?
He doesn't until he doesn't, right? I think he does just because of all the attributes that he has. His resume puts him, to me, ahead of the pack. His resume gives a sense of calmness because like we didn't have nobody that won nothing in our locker room. You know what I mean? Like we need this. We need somebody that's gonna come in here no matter the circumstances and do this. I think that Coach Tomlin is probably leaning towards that way, but at the end of the day, you're only going to get the best out of them if they know they're competing against one another. They're only, I think that's the best way to put it when you're going into the camp. You're fighting for this role. Show me that you need it. Show me that you want it. Show me that you deserve it. And you're only going to get the best out of everybody in that room if they're putting on the best show. My mind. Yeah. Like how do you get the best out of Justin if you say, Justin, you gotta set this one out, boo. It's Russell's show. What he gonna go out there and do? Like, I'm not starting anyway.
Yeah, because that might break him right then and there.
Like, I'm not starting anyway. So like what are we doing here? What am I putting my best foot forward for? If you already told me I'm sitting down. I'm not playing.
I think everything I've been seeing is just like, Russell can't lose this job. We still have months, a few months left. Russell can't lose this job. That's what I'm hearing. Can. Like can. Yes, he can. Like, yeah, he can lose that job. This based off of how they're emphasizing competition, like competition.
I keep doing it too. I'm like, wait, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, like this is a question. This is gonna be a reoccurring question. I'm gonna reword it differently the further we get along, like up until
my ADHD is going crazy.
So we gonna see, man. We gonna see, man. But D, definitely appreciate you popping up on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's never having me back now. I waited like 2 years to come back.
Yeah, it's been a grip. Like I went through the archives and all that. You feel me? And I saw the one that we did, the last one we did. I'm like, yo.
The only one we did. We only did one. I've never been invited back. I had to wait 2 years.
But the door always been open, you feel me? But you know, sometimes I'll be forgetting things, man. But you already know. You know,
you took a little break, so it's all good. We good.
Yeah, but you know, we back, you know. And
you be able to Steelers chat, so you know, y'all, you are always welcome on the Steelers chat. Don't matter.
You already know the crossovers is happening, y'all, all the time. But yeah, shout out to D, man. D, let these people know, every team they need to know. You feel me? Before we get up out of here.
Come on over. D Love Sports. I'm on every platform. Sports and Coffee. That's my morning show. You can find us. You could go on D Love Sports. You can see the link to it. We do this morning show on Playback TV now. So come on over to Playback TV. If you need the link, you can hit me up. We talk from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. about sports. We even have a little TV showing in the background. So come on over to Playback. Download the app. I got you. And then Steelers Chat. We do it live with my man here. He comes on and joins us. But you can find me on D Love Sports on every platform. That's Twitter. That's YouTube. That's Instagram. D Love Sports. That's it.
And that's that, y'all. You already know it's me, Kev Easy, man. Shout out to the people that, you feel me, that D brought over here. Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and all that. You feel me? Come back, because she coming back. So make sure y'all come back, too. You feel me? I can try to get my B more in there, my 2 in there. You feel me? Shout out to Jay and them. You feel me? But yeah, man. Steelers for 7 podcast, episode 147. It's in the books. Thank you, D. Next time, you already know. Hopefully, the guys pop up too.
Yeah, we're gonna bring the crew. We're gonna get my man Dex over here.
You never know. Yeah, man. Dex Autumn, man. You feel me? And Dane. Somehow we're gonna get Dane here.
We got Dame in the comments. We gotta get him on next time. We got him in the comments though. So
gonna be a little more prepared. Little more prepared, man. But that's a wrap. Just like KG, I'm gonna steal it from. We out here.
Bye, y'all. Me and my chins.
It's a new season, baby. Steelers for 7 podcast. You already know what it is, man. Gang. You already know what it is, man. Still the gang. It's the gang. You already know what it is, man. Going for that motherfucking Super Bowl, yeah.
Steelers for 7, yeah, we about to go get it. Still a game, we win it. Go down in the trenches, yeah. We ain't trying to kick it like Drake. We do it for the 6s, then we can kick it. Yeah, this our division. The other 3 go missing. Come on, let's get it. Yeah, this our division. Super Bowl, let's win it. Steelers for 7, yeah, we about to go get it. Still a gang, we win it. Go down in the trenches, yeah. We ain't trying to kick it like Drake. We do it for the 6s, then we can kick it. Yeah, this our division. The other 3 go missing. Come on, let's get it. Yeah, this our division. Super Bowl, let's win it.